So welcome everyone. My name is Kaleen O'Connor and I am joining you from Florida, USA. I know we've got a real global, community connecting with us today, tomorrow, whatever time zone you're in. And so I want you to know that we appreciate you. We know your lives are busy. And our goal tonight or morning, if you're on the other side of the world, is to add value to your life. We're going to dive into the world of cellular health. So we want to ask you to go internally and come in from that viewpoint. And I'm your host for tonight. And we have two phenomenal live speakers. So you'll be seeing me kind of weave in and out, but guaranteed that you will learn something you probably didn't know before and hear some phenomenal stories and be able to take some good information away to make it an impact in your life. So with that said, I want to introduce our first speaker. His name is Stevie Aquilina. You just heard us chatting back and forth while we were getting started. And he's joining us all the way from Australia. And he's one of my business partners. He's a phenomenal family man, entrepreneur, humanitarian, helping people really all over the world. And he has a thirst for knowledge and understanding and brings that to this webinar every week. So Stevie, let's kick it off.
Beautiful, let's do that. Can you hear me? And you should be able to see me now, okay?
Yep, loud and clear.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's really great to be here with you, Kaleen. It's great to get to work with you because you're such a tremendous lady inside and out. I know that your heart beats sincerely to the rhythm of the mission of this company as they beat their drum forward on the charge to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And you're changing lives, not just right where you are in Clearwater, right? But I know that you're doing that statewide, nationwide, and even internationally. And, I'm included in that. And I'm very honored that I get to be a part of your business and working with you and a part of your life as a good friend. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here. As I just said before we hit the recording, I'm joining you on a holiday here. I've been out in the sun already on this beautiful Australia Day. So to all us Australians who may be tuning in right now, happy Australia Day. I hope it's a great one. I hope it's a cracker of a day for you. I hope you have an awesome barbie, or maybe get down to the beach or in your budgie smugglers. Look, I just hope you have a ripper of a time. And it's a good opportunity to reflect on what the early settlers did here, and a time for remorse and a time for perhaps forgiveness and a time for reflection and learning to do better, but also a time to appreciate how beautiful this land is, how gracious the people are here, and time to celebrate unity and togetherness and belonging and becoming more, as we've done in this relatively young country, which is the largest island in the world, I believe. So happy Australia Day. I hope you're all doing really well. And your time is very valuable, so I'm going to rush on here. I don't intend to waste it because I can't refund your time. I could refund money if you paid to be here, but you haven't. It's absolutely free what we're doing here for you. But yeah, time is not refundable. So I find it more valuable than money. And so I'm incredibly grateful that you've decided to spend such value with me. So let's make the best use of it now and jump into this presentation. So as Kaleen said, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia, and we're originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast, which is a dream come true when we can make that happen. We are literally minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. I'm so grateful. I'm very blessed with a life, income, time, and freedom, and beautiful family that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle. My family and I, it's taken us to many parts around the world that were once way too far out of my reach. But look, believe me, the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. Look, I was a difficult child to parent and or school. I never made the grades. I was a average to below average achiever. I was often told I was stupid and useless. And I figured out when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you start to believe it. So with that kind of thinking, I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And again, with that kind of thinking, I continued to walk myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. All right, I'm kidding about the good looking part, but I'm not about the dumb part. I had very big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really, honestly wanted to give more. but I had little self-esteem. So I'd done little with my life. And so I had little to give. Physically, I've always been athletic, even to right now. I was just doing it before this Zoom, mainly in martial arts. But back then I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory and gut conditions. Most of my life, lots of bad injuries, pretty hardcore martial arts. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity, embarrassingly broke. I've had the phone, electricity and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted. I mean, no financial dignity. I always believed in possibilities. I was a dreamer, a big dreamer, a day dreamer believer, right? But I doubted my potential. So I was trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and unable to be who I wanted to be. Now, fortunate things that have happened in my life, however, first I met the girl of my dreams. Right then and there, I was motivated more than ever before to become more. She believed in me and told me how I was more. And I guess when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, but also very fortunate to be introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing training, ethos, and culture. The company leaders are extremely successful people. You've got some of them on the call here with you today, and they believed in me too. But more importantly, they taught me how to believe and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, and I get to solve them for others because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, unable to be who I want to be, I now have more with the ability to believe and become more because this company's training and ethos has shown me a life-changing better way. And now it would really please me to do nothing more than to better people's lives in at least one of any of these life-changing ways too. And so the first thing I'm going to share with you is this life-changing breakthrough. It is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. You don't need to take my word for it. This comes from medical experts who say it is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. And by the way, for 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible. And yet, now today, this breakthrough has enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not woo-woo studies, not made up power of belief studies, like real medical science here, right? A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And get this, drug companies wanted it shut down, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, excuse me, let's be clear. Let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. And what I mean by that is what we're talking about here goes well beyond drugs or nutrition. It goes well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you might already know about, because what I'm about to show you instead is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking and a category creating healthcare breakthrough. So here's what we're going to talk about first, the ASEA Redox cell signaling technology. It's a drink, this one, and it contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they're made by your body. That means they are native to your body. And they are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication, and therefore all of your cell-to-cell operations and functions, all the way down to your genetic expressions in a positive way. And what I mean by that, redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to do everything it needs to do, including heal itself, by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. That's how your body knows how to regenerate its own tissue. Like I said, heal itself. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Bottom line is, redox signaling is what keeps your cells functioning, healing at optimal levels. Why is this also important? Because we are all made entirely of cells. That means we live and die at the cellular level. And so that clearly means healthy cells, healthy body, and a healthy life. Redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. They are essential. for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes, all critically depend on redox signaling, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, why the heck do we need to give our bodies more? Good question. The truth is, yes, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next one, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, both man-made and environmental, our cells break down, and therefore our body's ability to make redox molecules also breaks down, declines daily. Without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals and instructions, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow, and our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. And we're in a very real and significant space of science. The first signaling molecule, redox, is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for multiple research in this field of signaling, redox signaling, multiple Nobel Prizes. Very significant space of science. If you want to get a bit deeper into this, and you're prepared to go a bit cross-eyed, you can go and look at medical studies. You can go to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published. And you can type in redox signaling in the search bar, and you will see well over 33,000 results. If you dig a little deeper, you'll see there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be out of date, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, and as reported in the Huffington Post, who specifically wrote about ASEA, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA, it's already light years ahead. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, as we've discussed, which translates to health at its most foundational level. I hope I've made that clear by now. Here's just one example. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, moreover, ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and own efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, the head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, let me tell you, that is significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. Remember, they're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and or healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, or if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, or if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, or whether you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But again, let's not take my word for it. Instead, let's listen together to some medical doctors and what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with a SIA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. So what can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
A SIA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with a SIA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. You can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our Intensive Redox Serum. And these Redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products They are our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of perhaps poor health to the skin being rejuvenated, being renewed, improving the quality of life. Now, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions, coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, this is Rosie, and the dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. Rosie actually believed that the products were not working, by the way. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed these pictures and, well, I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes. But Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures. And you may miss them too, so please take pictures. That's how you see how it goes. Now, many people realize early results within 7 weeks, others in 7 days. Most people can have an experience in around about 7 minutes. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health, right? What we know scientifically is that redox molecules are redox molecules. They're all the same in you as they are in me, as they are in animals, as they are in plants, as they are in the bottles of ASEA. Studies show that ASEA Redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Now, speaking of noticing the change, I want you to look very carefully at this picture on your screen because this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Now, Renew 28 is not just for the face. As you can see here, arm, hand, belly, more bellies right here, and buttocks, thighs, and all over. These pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done simply because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? What they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. And so Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but actual healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things perhaps like shaving or sun exposure and alike. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. Give it a score. The score of 10 would mean it's the most discomfort. It hurts the most. Apply Renew 28 on that point of hurt, on that discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of that discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing that I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. And so to make that science more meaningful and to give this breakthrough a exclamation mark, I think this is a good time to hear from someone who has an incredible, not just life-changing, but life-saving story. I've got more to show you soon, but I'll hand it back to you, Kaleen, so we can hear this incredible story from an incredible man.
Thank you, Stevie. Always amazing. So we're now going to bring on Dan Doyle, and it comes from a special place in my heart that I get to introduce him because Danny came all the way from Australia to Florida a few years ago and shared this product with a good friend of mine who shared it with me. It's made a huge difference on mine and my family's life. And so you're going to get an opportunity to hear how it's actually impacted Danny's life personally, as well as on the business side. So Danny, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kaleen. Thanks, Stevie. Well, what a journey it's been to here today. An amazing 6 years with this company, and going back 6 years ago, the only reason I looked at this was for my own health. So yeah, an absolute amazing journey. And you know, we're here to share information with you guys. I love people that take out the time to get information so they can make informed decisions. And I can tell you, anyone on this call that is new on this call, somebody has handed you a gift, an incredible gift. Whether you open that gift or not is totally up to you. And hopefully this information that we share can make you or help you make a decision whether you want to open that gift or not. So I'm going to tell my story, and that's what we do. We tell, we don't sell. What we've got literally sells itself. As Stevie said, scientifically impossible for this stuff not to work. It's just a matter of doing a product plan, getting on a product plan for yourself, and making sure that you're taking the product correctly, because obviously, you know, you want to achieve whatever you want to achieve for whatever your body's going through. So before I go into my story, I just want to reiterate the company disclaimer. As Stevie said, these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But cheekily, we say with long-term use of these products, or sometimes even short-term use, these products are a cure for skepticism. I grew up in Sydney, Australia, based here in Honolulu in Hawaii with my wife, Suzanne. Played many sports. Growing up, I used to distract myself from school by playing many sports and excelled at sports, including this one, bodybuilding. This was the start of me being a young entrepreneur in the health and fitness industry, had many businesses in the health and fitness industry. I was a personal trainer. And over the next 20 years, I got into different industries. I built and sold different businesses in different industries, the hospitality industry, construction industry, security industry, many different industries, very successful, employed about 3,500 people over 20 years in these 20 traditional businesses. And this is a picture of me at 44. So the last photo was 24, this is 44. And I'm pushing 54 now, so 10 years later. Still looking after myself, not a bodybuilder anymore, but did more cardiovascular work as I do these days and resistance work. So I just wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be, not knowing in this photo, as much as I felt healthy, I was really sick. And 6 months after this photo was taken in 2011, this is a photo of me on the right-hand side, doctors told me I had not one, but two major health challenges. And obviously you can see here, I've got no hair from the top of my head to my toes. Spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. This is a friend of mine standing next to me, Johnny, who had been through all the hospital visits that I had started. He was one of the top athletes in our sports called rugby league, and played for one of my favorite teams over there. And unfortunately, he was in remission here. At 21, his issue came back after this photo was taken. He went back into hospital, lost all his hair, lost a lot of weight. He never came out of that hospital. We lost him at the age of 23 years young. At the end of what I went through, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. So I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. And this is something I recommend that everybody does anyway. Make sure you're looking after yourself. Don't depend on your health. Don't depend on anybody else to look after your health. So I did some research. I looked into nutrition, went onto an alkaline diet, spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water from a lot of different companies from around the world. Now you would think, with me looking after myself for 2 years, doing all that and eating correctly, trying to help my body to move in the right direction, trying to help my body and empower it to heal itself, you think everything was going to be going okay. But I can tell you that wasn't the case. This is a photo of me, 2 years looking after myself. So my blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. A friend of mine, Bart Cotter, reached out to me, and all he said was, I think I've found something that can help. Long story short, I flew from Sydney, Australia to Salt Lake City, Utah, and I started consuming these Redox molecules. In 3 hours, my body was expelling things from it so fast that weren't supposed to be in there, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. The next morning, I'd had a caffeine intolerance for 20 years, and next day I didn't have a problem with caffeine anymore. And within 48 to 72 hours, I had so much damage from what they did to me in that hospital. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. Just in a short few days, my lungs were functioning perfect. I went back to Australia. I kept drinking this stuff in this little blue bottle. Long story short again, 12 months later, this is the day the doctors told me no sign of those two major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, and 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, you name it, my body was rebuilt from top to bottom. Let's fast forward another 2 years, and this is 3 years on the product. So this is 2017. Let's go back to 2014. What you're seeing here on the outside is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. 12 months on the product. What you're seeing here is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. And 3 years on the product, my complexion is a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. That was my journey back to health, back to looking younger and feeling younger. As time went on, things for me really evolved. As a byproduct of my health returning and starting to get the incredible results, I started helping other people. It became a responsibility to share what we had, what we knew about, with others. And this is what saved my life. It was the business model behind the breakthrough that saved my life. Because if it wasn't for the company sending me thank you checks for helping others, there was no way I could afford the product that I needed to saturate my body to get it to the issues that I had that took my health in the right direction. So it was an incredible journey with my health. And from what I've experienced and what I know, and as you know now, I've done a lot with my life in traditional business, and before that I came from corporate, I would never go back to a traditional job or traditional business with this incredible breakthrough and opportunity behind it. I believe it's the most compelling opportunity that we'll come across in our lifetime. This is the perfect storm, guys. This is the perfect storm. We are in the middle of this international crisis. A lot of people still concerned about their health right now, and people will spend anything to either get their health back or maintain it. It's something that people don't drop the ball on, usually when it comes to what we're going through now, especially with what we're going through now. And a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are out of work, and this is a true home-based business. We can share this from the comfort of our own home and build a residual income. And with that, you're going to hear the rest of the story. So I'm going to hand back to the lovely Kaleen. Thank you, Kaleen.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Danny. Awesome. So Stevie is now going to come back and help us really understand how a father and son, came together to really create what's become a beautiful global health project. As you've seen, that helps not only people personally with the product, but also change their lives with the business opportunities. So Stevie, thanks for joining us again.
I know. Thank you very much for having me back. And thank you so much, Dan, for your mateship, your leadership, and your inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan is one of those leaders I spoke of at the beginning that are, incredibly successful person. He makes, he has such a wealth of success, but simply because, he just makes a better living because he's bettered more people's lives every single day, every single year. Tens of thousands of people's lives are being changed, bettered, and given back to them because of the representation that Dan brings to the world. So thank you so much, mate. Appreciate you. Folks, it is with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. Think about it. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough that's created a life-changing opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. And ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one else other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, no one but he has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science all over the world had declared that this was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, ASEA can't be copied because there's absolutely no way for you to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to make it yourself, how to reverse engineer it, because the secrets aren't in the bottle. There are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, so it can't be copied. That means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has, absolutely no one. And that means no other product in the world can do what ASEA does, absolutely none of them. Nothing else in the world has redox signaling molecules in it, and therefore nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because redox works in every body. Everybody needs redox because nothing in the body works as well, or at all, in fact, without redox, and redox cannot hurt anybody. And that means no other product can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever it may be. And therefore, ASEA holds massive opportunities at a much deeper and more significant level across all health science sectors. It doesn't matter whether it's healthcare and wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, by the way. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that can serve these industries and the people within it at such depth, at such significant levels, because we're the only company in the world that they can get a redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. The ASEA mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. Simple and powerful. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. And ASEA pays you money just by sharing redox with others. For people looking for either an extra or part-time or full-time or big-time or legacy-leaving income for loved ones, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle. Look at your screen. Look at what's in the middle of those red circles, one for the US, one for Australia. Monthly average incomes. There are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions, to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from every single ongoing repeat purchase made by every single person you refer to ASEA. And because you can tell as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. On top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person you contact and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go. So just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty, health products, whatever. It's natural. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the most natural, the oldest, and still today, #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. Residual income is very impressive, yes, but more so, it's very important. Absolutely. You have residual bills. Why not residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65, not working because they want to, but because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. Sound like a good retirement plan to you? What's going wrong? What's one of the main financial principles do you think that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% didn't? Well, one of the things I figured out is it's how to make money that is no longer dependent on your paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job, JOB, which in my case often stood out for just over broke, or just obviously broke in my case. Active income, it's called. And look, let's get serious for a moment. Sooner or later, and I pray it's not sooner than you think, like many people have discovered in the last 12 months with the unfortunate global situation, but sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. Therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. Now, this may even be more concerning if you're thinking my active income already isn't enough as it is, or it's been snatched away with me completely out of my control over the last 12 months. Now, this is a big problem. One of the biggest problems, it's not a new problem, 81% of people have always gotten trapped in. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. So if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a great place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, there's few of you, but if you do, keep it. You're blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and, in fact, dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, control of their freedom, control of their security, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life for themselves and for loved ones, a SEIA is a significant opportunity to make a significant difference in people's lives and be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That is a huge part of what you get to do with a SEIA. It's who we become and what we do. That is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, I'm not steering away from the fact you can make great money here, really great money, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of a SEIA and such a life-changing culture and ethos that was taught to me. And it was demonstrated because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving a SEIA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and have everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal, because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not in good conscience sell out. And so that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. You see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. And one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies. But their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. And they've done that for me, and I am forever grateful. And so you are in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, just like Dan, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, longer, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. Or if there's more in your heart, if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this Redox reality. And you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you will better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways. So I hope by now you've been able to see how profound this product is. I hope you've been able to by now see how brilliant this breakthrough is. I hope you've been able to by now see how outstanding this opportunity is. By now, I hope you see how excellent this ethos and caring culture is of ASEA. And by now, I hope you see how meaningful this mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thanks so much for looking after me, Kaleen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. So folks, we're going to wrap up the webinar. I'm going to bring it back home, share my screen really quick. And I want to again remind you that we definitely want to take a moment and answer any questions you might have. So you can put them in the chat box since we're in webinar mode. I also placed some links there for additional videos and research websites that you can take a peek at as well. So this is the purpose of this slide is just to bring you back to really it is all about our phenomenal products. And this is our product line, and all of these products that you see in front of us are all focused on cellular health, you know, from the inside out and from the outside in. So going back to the drink, which Stevie shared some great data on, you can see it actually comes 4 bottles to a case. We don't just sell it a bottle at a time. And the reason for that is this graphic that you see on the left. So what we found, and this is based of over 10 years of consumer knowledge, consumer research, and literally over 12 million bottles and increasing that have been consumed across the planet. When someone just tries a bottle or they try it even just for a month, you can see that they're going to have maybe a 10%, 15, maybe get up to 50% reality that there is positive change happening inside their body, because we're dealing and interacting with this at a cellular level. So even though within seconds of you drinking the molecules, we can measure changes in your blood, you may not feel that. But if you give us 3 months, and I really say go for 6 months, but minimally, if you're ready to start the drink, you want to go for at least 3 months. You can see there the ratio of you perceiving those changes is much higher at over 95%. This visual again just shows you the topical products we have, the phenomenal skincare line that complements both the serum in the royal blue tube and the all over topical gel, which goes way beyond wrinkles and you know, can be used for muscle discomfort and skin issues and all kinds of things. Okay. And then we also provide incredible raw materials, which in this case is whole food nutrition. Now, we did not invent, you know, vitamins. They've been in our culture and in the market for over 100 years, and there's phenomenal vitamins out there. But I will tell you what really makes these stand as an incredible product are a couple of things. One, all of the formulas are based on food. There's nothing synthetic in them, so your body's going to absorb them better. And we went even further, and each formula has a patented absorption complex in it, so that no matter what condition a person's gut or digestion is in, they're guaranteed to really be able to absorb and utilize these formulas. So depending on where you live in the world, the way the nutrition is sold might be a little bit different, but the person that invited you can help you go over that and even show you a little informational video if you want to learn more about the nutrition. So a little education point too, if you're ready to get started and order your product today, you want to make sure that you buy it from the source. And what that means is you want to buy it from the person that invited you, because in the world of online shopping, you might Google this and see some of the product on websites like Amazon or eBay. We encourage you not to get it there because we can't necessarily guarantee the quality and purity, because as distributors, we're not selling it on Amazon. So this way you also know when you order the product, it's coming directly from one of our corporate warehouses around the world, and you're guaranteed to never get expired product. You're also guaranteed that it's safe. You get all the incredible product support and education that we provide you as field educators and distributors, as well as our customer service. And you get to participate in an incredible free product program called Loyalty Rewards, which just helps bring the cost down of your product. So always get it from the distributor that invited you here today. And, you know, Stevie talked about the different ways, as well as Danny, on a very personal level, that you can experience ASEA. So you may just want to do it as a consumer. We've got incredible accounts for that. You may, if you love helping people, even if it can, you know, also open up the distributor account, because you're going to get wholesale pricing. You can get your product paid for through helping others and earning commissions. And you can even, as Stevie mentioned and is experiencing himself with his own family, and Danny for sure, and myself, you can really do this as a full-time profession and change your whole life, right? So we have different accounts based on what your needs and interests are. And this is just a quick visual that breaks that down for you. I mentioned we do have wholesale accounts, or you can buy it full price. And when you buy wholesale, you're getting 25% off. If you want to help others and share this product, we encourage you to consider the associate account. And to open that account, you pay the equivalent in your currency or in the US of $40 US. And then once a month, you would pay a $25 renewal fee to keep that account and all the benefits of it. So again, with the person that invited you, they can go over that. We also have incredible enrollment packages on the associate account on that first order, where you can get additional discounts and enjoy trying our product line. So this all comes back to helping you live longer, better, and stronger, and supporting your body's ability to maintain and reclaim its health. And I want to end with a phenomenal quote from Vertus Norton, who is one of our founders. And he says, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world." Now, the reason I like to share that is because, as you've probably picked up, we're very passionate about this. We are change makers out in the world, and we're inspired every day by the leadership of our corporate business partners. Specifically, you know, this quote from Vertus. So no matter where you're at today, as you've learned about this information, or maybe this is the second time you've come back, take a moment and get your questions answered. We can briefly do that here before our next cycle of action. Or you can do that with the person that invited you, but don't sit on this, because I will tell you, now that you know this information about how you can restore the body's ability to heal itself, and also the unique business opportunity that comes with it, if you at all are thinking this is for me, you know, do whatever you need to do to get more certainty on it and get the product that's right for you. And think about other people that might need to know about this, and invite them to come to the webinar as well. So with that, I'm going to officially end our presentation.